Hey guys, it's Adam from the Dimensional Gaming Squad here, bringing you with hopefully a very quick video, but with most of the videos I do, they normally span up to around 20 minutes, or slightly under. Bringing you a new video. This is going to be my ranking of my top 10 favourite Ice-type Pokemon. You can see the excitement on my face here, because as some of you may know, I absolutely hate the Ice-type. But don't worry, there are some Pokemon which I like, so there are some Pokemon that are good Ice-types, and one of them got boosted a bit from my enjoyment of a playthrough that I did of a Nuzlocke on Pokemon Y. More on that later. I will upload a video of how that went, just describing how it goes. But as of now, I am a bit short on time, so hopefully this will be quick. So it'll be my opinion. So it may not be the same as yours, and I guarantee you, one of you is going to absolutely hate. Some of you are going to hate me for where I put a certain ice type. But hopefully you don't. Okay. Feel free to leave your top 10, top 5, or even top 3 down in the comments below. I'll be very interested to know what your favourite ice types are, and if you can point out positives about the ice type, please tell me, because I don't really find it really fair that I hate one type and love the other 17. Well, like the other 17. So let's get right into it. 13th place, normal Kyurem. I only say normal because the other forms are in here as well. The regular Kyurem, in my opinion, is a bit boring and easily outclassed by the other forms of Kyurem, along with the other ice types are on this list. If there's any good things about it, the fact that I was able to beat one with, I believe, a... what did I use? I think it was a Chandelure, which doesn't sound that interesting, but I was able to two-shot it with a flamethrower, and it had Earthquake. Luckily, though, the guy that was using the Kyurem got a bit cocky and used a move that had a chance of missing, and guess what? I missed. So that's how I was able to win. But other than that, I never really used or seen Kyurem at all, so not really much I could say about it. And its design isn't as good as its forms, like I said. So moving on, 12th place. Well, honorable mentions. Worst is Kyurem. Next is White Kyurem. Same reason. Its design is better, but I never really had a good experience with it. I never actually used one. But its design is a lot better, and I think the fusion of Reshiram with Kyurem is unique, but another Pokemon does it better. Well, the other form does it better. Next is Aurorus. Now, I won't go as far to say, hey, I hate all the Kyurem forms, let's put them up here. Because I actually like that Black Kyurem, even though I got swept by one a few times. But Aurorus, I think I always liked it. It always looked fascinating, beautiful to an extent, actually. And its stats are great. Its move pool is just as good. And if there's any bad experience I had one, it's the one where I had mine gets beaten by a Binnacle. And I'm not joking. I actually lost an Aurorus to a Binnacle. A pre-evolution Pokemon losing to a Binnacle. No, beating Aurorus. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that Aurorus is probably the most beautiful fossil Pokemon there is. And, yeah, I didn't have much experiences with it. And its 4 times weakness to fighting is not very helpful, considering pretty much everyone at battle uses at least 2 fighting types on their team. Or have a ton of fighting type moves, because it's a very prevalent type. 10th place, we have Abomasnow. Now, 4 times weak to fire. 4 times weak to fire, not 4 times weak to grass. Yeah, 4 times weak to fire. And as I said, the fighting type, extremely common. I've never gone against a team that had at least 3 fire type moves. And if I have, then clearly I didn't notice. Abomasnow, I never really had great experiences with it because I don't really like using it. Because A, it gets outclassed by the other ice types on this list. And B, I don't really like its design. I prefer Aurorus' design more. But the reason why Abomasnow is above it is because A, the type advantage, and B, I see it in more frequently in games. So I know Aurorus is champion Dianthid's Pokemon in Pokemon Y. Trust me, I just beaten the Nuzlocke. It was really hard. And Abomasnow is Candice's Pokemon in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. But I think Abomasnow gave me a bit of a tougher challenge, considering that, hey, especially for Diamond and Pearl, if you did not pick Infernape and you don't find a Ponyta, you're going to have a bad time. So yeah, Abomasnow, that's why it's in 10th place. Its stats are good, but its defense isn't very good when hit by a Fire-type move. 9th place, we have Articuno. And what can I say about this? 4 times weak to Rock. Not great, considering that Stealth Rock is a thing. You don't really see me use this. And if I do use it, then I run out of legendaries to use if I have to use legendary. It only comes to drastic measures when I actually use a legendary. And more on that in a later video. But Articuno, I never really used. I preferred Moltres and Zapdos over it. Articuno is the most fascinating or greatest looking out of all of them. But I find Moltres' resemblance to the Phoenix interesting, and the fact that Zapdos isn't quad weak to Rock better. Articuno just looks great, but it's the best looking, but not with the best lure or stats. And the fact it's 4 times weak to Rock, I'm going to keep saying that, because that is why Articuno's here, and Moltres didn't even appear on the Fire Flying list. So Articuno's just lucky that I managed to make it on this list. That goes to show how many ice types I actually like. 8th place is Black Kyurem. Now, design a lot better than White Kyurem and Kyurem in my opinion. I'm showing a bit of bias to the electric type here, but don't fret. I do prefer the fire type more. But I think with the fact I find the combination of its types, I actually can't remember its type, either Dragon Electric or Dragon or Ice Electric or Dragon Ice, I don't know. Most likely Dragon Electric. I find that type combination more useful than Dragon Fire, because it makes it makes all the dragon's resistances not very effective still, unlike White Kyurem, where water will be effective. True will be weak to ground, but and it'll be weak to ice, which yeah. But Black Kyurem, I actually used this one. I didn't have great experiences with it, but it was still a great Pokemon. And yes, I got swept by it a few times, but that is besides the point. It doesn't change the fact that I love its design. Move pool, great. Design, amazing. And really kind of upset it didn't appear more often in the Keldeo movie. But that's besides the point. White Kyurem's clearly preferred over the Kyurem that was in that movie. 7th place, we have Mamoswine. Now, Mamoswine is only here for the fact that it came in a lot of use in the ground type mono run I did of Sun and Moon. It was surprisingly the third most useful Pokemon on that team. It didn't beat any of the Totem Pokemon, but every time I sent it out, it took a hit and gave just as good as one back. When I use it against other people though, it does get beaten rather easily, but it does at least land one hit in it before it goes down. 6th place, we have Beartic. Now this one was a bit higher on this list, but the reason why Beartic's here is because its design does look interesting for such a simple design. And the fact I don't know why, I find myself attracted to this Pokemon ever since I saw it in Bryson's gym in black and white. But that's probably just me being a bit weird. But it's the best ice type to come out of Gen 5. I'm just checking to see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. No more ice types in Gen 5 here. But it's the best ice type to come out of Gen 5 in my opinion. And probably the one with the most surprising attack stat. Because I would have pictured ice type. I would picture this ice type to have a bit closer to special attack than to attack stat, then I would have pictured the attack stat and special attack stat to be closer together. But no, attack stat way over here, and special attack a bit down there. Okay. And its move ball is just as good as well, and I just give it Protect and Power Up Punch, and that just boosts its attack even more, making it more threatening. Fifth place, fifth place, we have Alolan Ninetales. Now this is the most gorgeous ice type there is. It looks amazing, and I said this in the fairy type ranking. I'll go as far to say it's probably one of the best looking Pokemon there is. This was high on the list, but it got moved down from good experience from another Pokemon on this list, and more on that later. But Alolan Ninetales, I had great experiences with it. Its ability, which I believe is Snow Cloak, comes in a lot of handy when there's a hail on, because it just boosts its evasion, which is very useful when you're at a tough spot in the Pokemon battle. Especially with ice types, trust me, I know. I'm currently using one in my ice type mono run, and a Cubchoo as well, but they haven't not evolved yet, so I can't really say they're doing great. I think I'm using a Snova, an Amora, a Lapras, and a Snorunt, which I will evolve into Glalie because it's not female. Unfortunately, that means only... there's quite a few ice types on there I like. Hopefully that will all go well. I doubt it would, because I think I should have had the Swinub on there instead of the Cubchoo or something. But I'll get over it. I will win eventually. Just the fighting and rock type Elite Four members I'm not looking forward to. But that's way later in the game. Yeah. Alolan Ninetales, I'm looking forward to using it in the Ice type mono run. Hopefully it'll prove as useful as it did in the Fairy type mono run. And as I said, best looking Pokemon. Move pool, amazing. Stats, amazing. Design, fantastic. Fourth place, we have Frostlass. Now, experiences had with this one is simply a send out, Destiny Bond, goes down, opponent goes down. That's all I use it for. That's what I use my Frostlass for. But the Frostlasses I've gone against have interesting movesets, and I always find it hard to take them down when they don't even use Destiny Bonds. I don't even know how, but and its ability, Snowcloak or Snowveil, is one of them. Like with Alolan Ninetales, boosts its evasion in the Hailstorm, which makes it really hard to hit. Hence why my Destiny Bond never works. But more on that. There's not really more on that later. I just need to try and make my ice types last longer for the hail to go away. So then Frostlass can actually get hit after it sets the Destiny Bond up. One day it will work, one day. And there's only one more challenger to go against that team, and he knows who he is. Third place is Avalugg. Now, most people hate this Pokemon, but I actually like it. I think it's the fact of its appearance in the anime being Wulfric's being Wulfric's Pokemon. It's not as his ace Pokemon, but it's the Pokemon that he had on this team that resembles the Gen 6 Ice types, as it's the only Gen 6 Ice type he had on that team. And the fact that it was good, its defense actually surprised me, because for a type as fragile as ice, its defense is this high, really high. Its special defense isn't as good, hence why it's not very useful in competitive battle. But if you go against physical attackers, you should at least get 1 or 2 hits off. Just make sure they don't have a really strong fighting type move. But Avalugg, not many great experiences with it. Great experiences come from the top 2. Avalugg I think I just liked it in the anime. The fact that it just proven to be very strong, and the fact it can take a lot of hits, which I did not expect to see from an Avalugg. And most people say it looks like a coffee table, but I get what it's trying to go for. It's trying to look like an iceberg, but upside down. Kind of resembling the iceberg in the Titanic. Yeah. I don't know. Second place, we have Lapras. Now, Lapras is the Pokemon I had in my Pokemon Y Nuzlocke. And I'm just going to say, this Pokemon pulled through. There were some edgy moments where I thought Lapras was going to die in the Nuzlocke. And it didn't end amazingly, the Nuzlocke. But Lapras tried its best. Its best wasn't its greatest. I saw it was better in other gyms. But Lapras tried its best, and that's all I can ask for it. It was amazing. Yeah. Design is gorgeous. I love its allure. It's based off the Loch Ness Monster. And this Lapras, along with Aurorus, probably rival Alolan Ninetales for the best looking ice type. The winner, I do need to say, goes to Alolan Ninetales though. But Lapras has the most diverse moveset out of all of the Pokemon on this list. And its stats are really good. Its speed isn't the best, but it's not supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be bulky and give a really strong attack out. And I think it delivers that perfectly. It's kind of fitting I'm talking about the ice types in winter, which is kind of ironic, but okay. Now, anything else I could talk about Lapras? It always gives a hit out for every time I use it, and like I said in the Nuzlocke, it did amazing. Fantastic. I could not have asked for a better ice type, and it was the only ice type I caught. Well, not the only one. The only one I caught that I used. Because, well, I didn't really catch it. I got given it. But, yeah, that counts. That counts. Okay, number 1, we have Weavile. And Weavile, there's one thing I could say about Weavile. It's the fact that it was probably it wasn't the most useful. But it was probably, it's my favourite ice, why do I keep saying probably? It's my favourite ice type for the simple fact that it was on my Platinum team. My Platinum team isn't a Nuzlocke, but my Platinum team is a team that I have a really close attachment to, since it was my first playthrough of Platinum, where I was actually thinking of what team I should build. I built it around Infernape, and I tried to build my team to try and support it. I admit it's not the best team, being Staraptor, Luxray, Garchomp, Lucario and Weavile. There are some redundant types, but Weavile is the second weakest on that team, but it has proven to come in clutch a lot of times. It, as I said in the Dark type ranking, it defeated Cynthia's Garchomp, which is more than I can ask for, and it went on to not faint at all in that battle. It took down the Spiritomb as well, and I believe it took down the Togekiss. If not, it was Luxray, but I can't actually remember which Pokemon it took down, but I know it took down the Garchomp, and that was more I could ask for. And ever since then, Weavile has always been my favourite ice type. Lapras nearly beaten it, but unfortunately I need to give the edge to Weavile. There's anything else I could say about Weavile? It'll have to be the fact every time I use one, it always gives out a hit before it goes down. It's 4 times weak to fighting, which is kind of a problem, because I hate these squad weaknesses. But with Weavile, I don't care. Weavile is probably the only Pokemon with 4 times weakness that I'll happily have on any team. Leavanny, Sceptile, Leavanny. No, I'm sorry, Leavanny, you were great back then, but not now. Sceptile, yeah, I'll have you. There are other Megas I'll choose over you, but yeah, you're good. I believe there are other Pokemon as well I'm missing. Garchomp, yeah, okay. Okay, ignore what I just said about quad weaknesses, okay? I'm just going back in these lists, finding out that my number 1 is some Pokemon quad weaknesses. Then we got pure types here. Yep, another Garchomp. And, yep, of course, Leavanny. Right, okay, so just ignore everything I said there, but, Weavile is my favourite ice type, that's all I can say. Design is amazing. Move pool, great. Not as diverse as Lapras, but that is besides the point. If I ever do an Ice type mono run where I'm easily able to get the item to use to evolve Weavile, I'll use it. To evolve Sneasel, I will use it. Don't get me wrong, because Sneasel is a great Pokemon. Weavile is better. But unfortunately, that is why I'm not using Sneasel in the Ice-type Mono run. Because you can only get that item from Bruxish. With a 5% chance. And Bruxish is already hard to encounter. I'm not wasting my time trying to find that. I already have a Weavile. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna do. I had the Weavile in my Dark type mono run. I think. Can't actually remember. If I did, I probably named it Razor. Or is that? Okay, the Weavile in Platinum I named Kamisori. That is Japanese for Razor. So yeah, I think I probably named the one in my Dark type mono run Razor. If not, I didn't use a Weavile. But I have used many Weaviles before, along with many Laprases as well, and they all proven to be very useful. Lapras is in a bit more stronger teams, but that is besides the point. Weavile does more effort, I guess, than Lapras does, and that's kind of ironic considering one of the Laprases has a Z move. But that's besides the point. That's all this ranking. Sorry if it's a bit over the place, but as I said, most videos I do goes up to around 20 minutes. I am short on time, so I'm just going to wrap it up now. That's my opinion. Hope you like it, I guess. And that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press that notification bell down in the corner below. And I'll see you next time.